9:15, we're pushing off. It's American Point, Lake Saganaga. Headed to Lake Gijikiki. There's Dad. That's that swamp island. It's the calmest I've ever seen Sag, I think. Yeah. Hi guys. Good, thanks. It's the Saganaga Swamp Lake Portage. Short one. There's some traffic. Where's number one down? Swamp Lake. There's a group out in front of us. Yeah. There's just one canoe, isn't it? Oh, two people in the...
At least 2 or 3 canoes.
Oh, there were. Monument Portage, Swamp Lake side.
Got it?
Thanks. It's Monument Portage. From Swamp Lake over to Ottertrack. First try. Getting the yoke up. It's a Canadian side marker. Canada on the right, US on the left. Guys with 3 canoes in front of us. Hoping we're not going to the same place. Thanks, guys.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I think that's the easy way. Yeah. Downhill. Oh.
Then you got your inflatable there too, right? You know what that is? Right?
That big old blue thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know. That's just the stuff.
That's just stuff. Okay,
That's
waterproof.
just junk.
That's just a waterproof bag. Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's waterproof, but it'll sink. Yeah. 12:15. We're just leaving Monument Portage. Basically 3 hours from American Point to the Ottertrack Lake side of Monument Portage. So we're going to go down here and hopefully get to the Gijikiki Portage. Didn't believe me, this was it. I'm gonna check it out. It's really shallow this year. We were here in July last year and it was not this shallow. Do a little paddle through on Ottertrack Lake. It's about a mile around Ottertrack Lake. Going west, Sag and Swamp. We're hoping to find the Gijikiki Lake Portage. Got started about 9:15. It's 10 to 1 now. We're taking our time, taking pictures. Fun. Been nice for a better day. Perfect out. The sun sparkling on the water. Hope that comes through on the video. Approaching the Gijikiki Lake Portage. Yep, I see them. Otters. Either that or logs again. Straight off my bow. Getting amped up. Yeah, I think so. 50 rod. Straight up, straight down Portage. Ottertrack into Gijikiki. Open our sights available. It's about 1:35. It took us to paddle 3/4 of the Ottertrack. See you on the other side. Well guys, this is Lake Gijikiki. Looks spectacular. All kinds of tiny little islands. Secluded as hell. Portage to get here is an absolute bitch. Really tough. But all kinds of wildlife. Looks like it should be a pretty sweet lake. Dad's going out to try to get the site we want while I go carry the rest of his stuff. So we made it. Sounds like somebody got the campsite we wanted on the island. So Dad said we got the small one over here to the left. He's like the solo guy on the island. He's gonna be there till Saturday. Same day as us. So. Hopefully this one's alright. At least we got one on this lake. It's 3:15. It's been a full day of paddling. That last portage from Ottertrack into Gijikiki is pretty tough. It's not easy. It's straight up on the Ottertrack side. Going over here. Took probably an hour to get everything over. Of course, we did it. So the gentleman was very talkative, nice guy. He said he was not planning to come here. He was on Esther Lake last night, and he had a bunch of people camped next to him that were really loud. So he decided that he was going to move and come somewhere secluded. So he ended up on this site. The site we were looking for, there's an island straight away from my bow now, straight ahead. It's on the exact opposite side. Should have been sweet. Oh well. There's our campsite on the left. Okay, let's show what we did on the map today. So we started at Way of the Wilderness, and Mark gave us a tow up here to American Point, just off the map. And then we picked up there and paddled down Lake Saganaga, hugging the shore, past all these campsites, and come down through this narrows. This is really cool. There's a beaver dam and stuff in through there, and through this west end of Sag, and then a short little lift over portage into Swamp Lake. And from there we did the Monument Portage. That's where we saw a group with 3 other canoes. We got done there at about 12:15, and we started back at American Point at 9:15 in the morning. So then we paddled down along Ottertrack Lake. Couldn't really find this campsite this time. I don't know how we missed it, but it's a pretty cool little paddle through right here. The water was really low, so it was really shallow, but that was pretty neat. Then I love this Ottertrack. It's all steep rocky cliffs all along on both sides, all through here, and down along the Canadian border. And then this is the 50 rod portage, toughest one of the day. You can see it's really steep at the beginning, straight up, and then it kind of levels out and then descends down into Gijikiki Lake. So when we got there, we just loaded Dad's canoe up real quick with pretty light load, and he paddled out here to see if this site was taken, and sure enough it was. This is a really remote lake, but there was a solo guy out there. Dad talked to him for 10 minutes, sounded like a nice guy. But anyway, that site was taken, so paddled up here, dropped his stuff off, and this is where we're at tonight. So you can see it's probably about a, I don't know, 9-mile day or so. A lot of paddling, basically 2 portages. This little 5-rodder into Swamp was nothing, and Monument Portage is great too. It's really well laid out, but this one down here, 50-rodder into Gijikiki, was pretty rough. So it's the end of day number 1. It's a golden hour out there. Dad just went out to throw a fly in the water. I think he's using a panther. He's spinning for Lakers. So just on the other side of this island here is the deepest part of the lake. It goes down to 80 feet deep. And through this bay here, it's only about 10 feet. So he's going to paddle around and check it all out. And you heard the loon there. We've been listening to them about every 2 to 3 minutes calling tonight. So that's the end of day number 1. We're on Gijikiki Lake, the northernmost campsite. You can hear Dad behind me trying to cut through a downed tree that's blocking the way to the latrine. Good sight. Great view. Decided to go out for an evening paddle here on night 1. Got a little restless watching such beautiful water go east. No bites, Dad caught one smelly. Talked to a guy camping on the lake with us. 2 here on Lake Gijikiki. You might be able to see behind me our camp. We're just getting ready to head over to Lake of the Clouds to try to do some fishing. It's a short little 10 rod looked over into Rivalry Lake, and then a 70 rod portage, I believe, in the Lake of the Clouds. I'll have to check that to be sure, but beautiful day. It's about 11 o'clock in the morning. It's probably 70 degrees already, so it's going to be a warm one today. Portage between Lake Gijikiki and Rivalry Lake. Lake Gijikiki to Rivalry Lake, 35 rods. Good portage landing on this side. Some slippery rocks, but it's nice and shallow, easy to get out. Buddy on this lake, staying on the island site, so there's some pretty swampy, muddy stuff on this. He went up to his thigh in, so that should be fun. Oh shit. Is that it? Must be the blowdowns. He said he had to move for us. He said he thought he was the first one through this spring. We're on a train at our campsite. Had no visible signs of people, so it was a pretty remote lake. And here's the mud I was talking about. Great. Jesus. Lake. Basically just a little swamp. Solid mud. Portage should be up here. It's a tough muddy landing right there on the Rivalry Lake side of Lake Gijikiki. Huh.
I want to put my canoe on it, so go right through it.
So this is the takeout on Rivalry Lake going towards Lake of the Clouds. Not the one I showed a minute ago. 75 rod portage from here over to Lake of the Clouds. Yeah. This is Rivalry Lake to Lake of the Clouds. 75 rods. Spectacular rock wall to the left here. Just like a big rocky creek bottom. There's Lake of the Clouds. Didn't have my portage yoke on right. I'm gonna eat lunch here. in the shade. First look, Lake of the Clouds. This is 110 foot deep, tiny little lake. Basically no islands, just a little, almost oval, a little bit of an elongated oval. Spectacular. Nice little breeze. Both of us have been getting sunburned though. Probably 75 degrees. Beautiful day in the Boundary Waters. There's some really awesome cliffs on both sides of this lake. The portage landing on the north side of Lake of the Clouds is pretty nice. Pretty easy to get in and out. Rivalry Lake portages suck though. They're not the portages, but the landings. Portages aren't too bad, but they're pretty rarely used. Anyway, look at the clouds. Nice what?
Lake trout.
Was it?
Yeah.
Did you get a picture?
Yeah, I got a couple pictures. It was crashing around so bad. I think I got three. One good one.
Where was it at?
Off this point up here.
Up there?
I switched to a brass and red little Clio.
Did you?
Are you still using Panther?
Yeah, I had a fish on and I lost it.
Pretty nice one.
I couldn't tell.
This one fought hard and it stayed deep. But then when it saw the boat, man, it was pulling out.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's cool. Is that the first one you caught? Yeah. I'll go over there and fish that other bay. The one that I had on, my cast was probably 3 feet from shore, and it didn't hit it till it was halfway to me, but so it couldn't have been more than 20 feet from shore. Jesus. Frickin' huge. Oh, wow. Holy shit. That was tough. God damn. Whoa. That sucker fought hard. Get him off there. Got him in the water. He saw the boat and jumped off. Get him off. Yeah, got the lure out. Jesus Christ. Wow. What a fight. Holy shit. Well, that was fun. I freaking netted him upside down because he's thrashing around inside my net. I thought for sure he was going to flip my, or break my rod. It was bent over in half. Even when I had him with my hand in the boat, he was still flopping my whole arm around. A monster. And their strength is unreal. But I got a predicament here with my freaking. That was unreal. Probably the most fun I ever had reeling a fish in. And this net, this lure is absolutely screwed. Luckily I'm by shore here, not out in the middle of the lake flopping around. This is a mess. I'm just going to have to leave that in there for now. Another nice one. Jesus, he just saw the boat. These things are unbelievably powerful. Got him. Wow. His teeth are fucking hard. Oh, stop it. I'm trying to get you out. Pretty good sized fish. There he goes. Excellent. Put him in the water upside down to start. I thought, oh shit, he's dying, but as soon as he right sized him, he took right off. Wow. So there's a beaver lodge out here on the, I guess it'd be the southern and western side of Lake Gijikiki. And if I've been about 25 to 30 yards straight out from that beaver lodge, and I've caught both of those. And that one got me a little bit. He returned the favor. Really sharp teeth. I didn't expect that out of a trout, but whatever. So yeah, it's a pretty good spot for 3 o'clock in the afternoon in May to be catching lake trout. It's pretty sweet. Having fun. Lake of the Clouds portage into Lunar Lake. Got several fish on Lake of the Clouds. Some really nice anchors. Stuff to get to. It's an awesome lake. Dad's at the portage takeout right here. It's only about 10 rodders. I just looked over.
That far. Look at that sucker. Unfucking believable.
He's just running away from you.
Yeah. Unreal. I cannot believe.
Huh?
Look at that.
Still fighting you?
Yeah, he's just taking out drag like crazy. I wanted to come back up by you so I could get some pictures.
Yeah, I'm videoing you right now, so don't lose it. Wow.
He's a hog, man.
You got your net?
Yeah, right here between the legs. This is unbelievable.
Jesus.
What? Can you hear him taking my drag out?
Yeah.
He's just staying locked on the bottom. He's coming back right under my boat. He's coming towards you. Look at that.
Really, man?
I can't. He's pulling so hard. There he goes. He's a monster, man. This thing's huge. He's just staying down. I can't even bring him up. Unbelievable. He's taking out drag still. There he goes again on another run.
Did he? He saw the boat?
Unreal.
This is shallow, too.
Ryan, man, there he goes on like his 4th run. Wow.
I'm going to run out of memory on my phone.
Look at that thing.
Jesus. God, keep your rod up.
Oh my God. Yeah, he's like a 5 or 6 pounder at least.
Is he?
Yeah, it's huge. There's all kinds of celery weeds out here.
Got him. Nice. Keep him up. Don't lose him.
Oh man.
Jesus, that's close. He's gonna flop out.
What?
He's gonna flip out.
No, he won't.
Lake. So by the Lake of the Clouds, Lunar Lake Portage, and there's a good shot of Lunar Lake. on Lake Gijikiki. 6:30. Morning. It's about 11 o'clock. Day number 3. It is Wednesday, May 23rd. And quick recap, a log for yesterday. Here's our base camp on Gijikiki Lake right there. And yesterday we took a fishing trip, all the footage down here to the south arm. We took 35 rod portage into Rivalry Lake. Both sides of Rivalry Lake are pretty tough put-ins and takeouts. They're pretty muddy, shallow, but this north end especially is really muddy. You can sink up to your thigh pretty easily. The 75 rod portage, while it's seemingly fairly flat, you can see it kind of follows a creek bed with a huge rock outcropping on the east side of it here. It's pretty scenic, but it's also not a very fun portage. It was pretty tough. By the time we came back after a long day of fishing, we were pretty tired. So we spent most of the day on Lake of the Clouds fishing. That's 110 feet deep in the center there. No islands really or anything in this lake. It's just spectacular though for lake trout. We caught down in this little bay here, there's a beaver lodge about there at the tip of my finger at the deepest part of that bay, and we pulled 3 lake trout out of there, all pretty good size. And I lost 2. I lost one in here, and then I lost one up in this bay here too. Then we took this short little 10 rod portage. 2 men carried the canoes over. Nice and flat, easy little portage. I guess on the west end it's really steep really quick, but it's pretty easy. Into Lunar Lake, which is also pretty deep. At its deepest, I think it's maybe 60 feet deep, but I should mention that we caught all of our lake trout in shallow water, maximum 20 feet deep. They're up in the bays this time of year. Dad caught, and I got a video of him catching a really nice laker just right off the portage landing here in Lunar Lake. He just tossed his line out to start trolling, and laker hit it. I think the video is about 3 minutes long of him fighting that lake trout. So we spent maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours on this lake. I had lunch there on the shore. And then down through this narrows, then back in this little bay here along this shoreline, Dad caught a monster. I don't know, we figure it was close to 5-pounder, somewhere in there. He said it fought him for a long time, longer than the one we got on video, so we got some good pictures of it though. I came over there because I heard a bunch of commotion banging around on his boat as he was fighting it. So 2 good lake trout lakes. Doubt they get much fishing because there's no campsites on them. Most people that come through here are probably either going to Gijikiki or south into Cherry. So those are 2 good lakes. Doing a layover day today for day number 3 on Gijikiki. The bass, and we think our bass have been hitting all over around our campsite all morning long for hours, so we're going to try to fish this lake hard today. Just relax, and then tomorrow, Thursday, we'll probably paddle back out to Sag and spend a layover day on Sag near our takeout, so we can get up early on Saturday morning and meet the tow at 8 a.m. So that was day number 2. We get started on a calm day number 3. Try to fish off this little island here this morning. There's about a gentle, maybe 3 to 5 mile an hour south wind. We're watching fish jump all around this bay all morning, so I'll go back in here in this calm water and see if we can't cast a few. See what happens. if you can see the bottom in the footage. Big rocky boulders just underneath us, really clear water. Somewhere just on the other side of this island here, it drops right off. Between here and that big island in front of us. There's a view of our campsite straight across from me. You can see the orange towel drifting in the wind there. It's really nestled in. Great site for shade. Outstanding. When it's hot out. It's a beaver lodge here on Lake Gijikiki. Not much left, if so. Approaching the island campsite on Lake Gijikiki. So here's the landing on the island campsite, Lake Gijikiki. There's a couple tent pads in the back here, but there's the kitchen area. I suppose if you had a hammock, you could use these trees. It'd be pretty tight for a tent pad there. There's this nice, cool, rocky shelf I'm standing on that goes out into the water. It's pretty deep at the landing though, so it's not an outstanding landing, but it's pretty cool for wading in, taking a shower. Nice fire grate with some wood and tinder left, and from the guy that was here the last 2 nights, you can see a nice bench set up. Tent pads do not look great, however. This might be the best one right here. It's pretty small. I wouldn't want to have anything more than a 2-man tent there. Looks like the trail up to the latrine there. But it's got a great view. There's an island off to the east and north, or I guess south and west, rather, there. 2 cool sites on Lake Gijikiki.
On the next Fresh Air, Ronan Farrow talks about his Pulitzer Prize-winning reporting on how Harvey Weinstein sexually harassed and assaulted actresses. We'll also talk about attempts to suppress the story by threatening Farrow as well as those actresses. And we'll discuss his new book, War on Peace, the End of Diplomacy and the Decline of American.
Good morning. This is day number 4, Thursday, May 24th on Lake Gijikiki. We're just getting ready to take off. It's about 7 a.m. We're going to head back to Sag today. It sounds like there's going to be some rain possibly this afternoon, and then chances all day tomorrow on Friday. Got a south wind today, So it should be at our back, pushing us back to Sag. But since we didn't catch any fish here, and with chances of rain tomorrow, we figured we just will paddle out today towards Sag for our pickup on Saturday morning, and just have a layover day on Sag. So it's a beautiful morning out here. It was really warm last night, probably upper 50s all night. They're saying mid 80s today, so it's getting hot enough for some thunderstorms. We will see. This is the 50-rod portage from Lake Gijikiki to Ottertrack Lake. Here we go. Ottertrack Lake. Okay, this is Ottertrack Lake on the north side of the Lake Gijikiki Portage. It is 10 to 8. You can hear the loons out there. Sounds like a helicopter. Dad's up ahead. Couple-mile paddle now down beautiful Ottertrack, one of my favorite lakes, to Monument Portage, an 80-rod portage. That's really our last one of the day. And we have a Small little 5-rod liftover from swamp into sag. Sun's starting to peek out over the horizon. Been getting sun fried. So even though I'm hot and sweaty, I'm gonna cover up. Here we go. Dad way the hell down there. There's a border marker. You can see that plaster marking on the U.S. side of the U.S.-Canadian border down Ottertrack Lake. Those things are pretty cool. Hope you can see. The last leg of Ottertrack Lake headed towards Monument Portage. There's the west end of Monument Portage. Looks like we made it in 55 minutes from Lake Gijikiki Portage. Lakeside at Monument Portage, where it's about 9:35. Storms are starting to catch up with us, so we got a little 5-rod lift over into sag and then pretty good paddle. Hopefully the wind is still with us once we get out to sag and we can go get a sight. So we should be there within 2 hours.
Around the point on the left.
Back in sag.
Yeah, that's a big day. There's a campsite back in there.
Yep.
Look around here for a while.
That's a long paddle. I think if you were going to do that route we were talking about down to Cherry, you'd have to stay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Probably at the end of Ottertrack to make it easy.
But if I take the time, I could get a double-bladed paddle for this. Just take the time. I can cut my weight back 50%.
Should.
It just depends on, it's easy to say when it's 80 in May. It could be 50 in rain.
Well, it didn't keep you from overpacking.
No campsites occupied yet on site.
None. It's amazing. Probably have outfitters saving spots on those 4 from the Memorial Day weekend. I don't remember. I thought for sure we had to come around to the left side coming in. I'm pretty sure this is right. We'll see. There's that little island.
Little island, and then right behind it.
We're going to clear the hell up around that furthest point on the right.
The first campsite we come to is straight up there.
Right.
Is that where you?
No, that one was taken.
Oh, wait a second. I thought you said that's the, oh, you camped on one of those three tight ones.
Yep, the southwesternmost one there. It's a really nice site. You want to get the one clear around on the north?
I want to look at them, but I think the one on the north is exempt from the storm. But the storms are coming from the south. The weather would be coming right into it.
This one is kind of, it's got like a big windbreak in the front. You're back up in the trees. It must be a really slow moving storm.
I haven't quite figured it out yet. I'm just where it's going.
It's probably all broken up. That's probably why they were so wishy-washy on it.
I think it's like forming all around it. Look to the way to the left.
Yeah.
Right there. Look at those second low-hanging clouds straight up in front of us.
Those look like rain, don't they?
It's forming all around.
Campsite on Saganaga on my right. It's about halfway, 3/4 of the way down at the open water. Probably can't see it on the video, but on the northern side of this campsite, there's another border marker. That white plaster looking spike coming off the rocks on the right shore.
Guys, how's it going? Pretty good. Hey, do I pass American Point? What's that? Pass American Point? Yeah, it's right here. It's right here. This is it right there.
There's a campsite right on the other side of that point, if that on your map will help. Yep. There's that beachy landing I was talking about. This campsite. Let's see, it's very shallow for, I don't know, 20 feet out there or so. It's only shin high. And we come over here. This is the paddle through that makes this an island. A guy came through with his kayak here about 2 hours ago. Paddled right through that to confirm it. Last year that was quite a bit higher water in July when we came through. So anyway, it can be done. And I have to take back what I said about only having 2 tent pads. Went back to the latrine. That's quite the hike, but you start out going this direction. And there are 2 more nice tent pads in here, very sheltered. There's a second smaller one. These are both probably better than the 2 we set up on, but you could fit 2 tents down there if you wanted. And there's actually some clearings way back in the woods there towards the latrine that would work for additional spots in a pinch. So this campsite really pretty much has it all, with the exception of any sort of remote feeling whatsoever. There's going to be a lot of people around here, but it's a nice sight for a day or two. Okay, travel for day number 4 is in the books. It's Thursday, May 24th. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We packed up and left our campsite on Gijikiki Lake right there. We were in the water at 7 o'clock. Took us almost, well, probably right at a full hour to get everything across that portage. We double portaged it from there. So. Then we paddled up Ottertrack and are headed back through Monument Portage into Swamp Lake. Did the quick little 5-rod lift over into Sag, the west end of Sag, and started seeing people. We probably saw 6 boats coming in as we were going out, although 2 of them just left, so not sure what that was all about. But all of these campsites were open in here. It's worked into Memorial Day weekend, so I was a little surprised that they were all open, but that's part of why we came out on Thursday out here instead of waiting until tomorrow when people would more than likely take these sites. So we paddled all the way up here to this campsite right there on the north side of this. It's kind of an island. There's really just a narrow enough stretch there for probably a kayak. We set up the tarp because it was looking like rain and it did sprinkle a little bit. And our tents are really well protected back in there, but they're both down in kind of depressions, so if we get a lot of water we're probably going to get wet. But so we'll take a layover here tomorrow for our last day of the Boundary Waters, and we already ate and everything. We were pretty tired by the time we got here. We got into this site about 20 till noon. We left at 7 a.m. from here. We figured it's about an 8-mile day up to this site on American Point. So tomorrow, or Saturday morning rather, our takeout's just off the map to the right. That's where Toe's going to pick us back up. So, buckled in for a little bit of rain tonight. We'll see. Not much to report for day number, 5? No, it's Friday. It's about 6:30 in the evening. Dad's out for his last few casts before we'll probably make dinner and call it a day, but it's a layover day here at American Point on Lake Saganaga. We didn't change campsites or anything, so tomorrow we get our tow right here at 8 a.m. and the tow will take us back, basically following this dotted red line back down through the Sag corridor all the way down here into Gull Lake to Trails End Campground, Way of the Wilderness Outfitters. Right around in there. Map shows the road going into the water. That's clearly not the case, so a bit of an error there, I think. But that's what's ahead tomorrow, an 8 a.m. exit from the Boundary Waters. We were worried about some rain potentially today and last night. Nothing materialized, so hopefully it'll be the same tonight. Pulling away from camp on Saturday morning, about 7:20. Headed home.